This is the explainer for the BrainKraft Launch Objectives Worksheet. This is a great tool to help your entire launch team really focus on what's most important as it relates to your product launch. Now, a lot of times everybody gets embroiled in discussions around, deliverables and presentations and the like. But what I want to talk to you about here is how to narrow that focus down to the things that matter the most. And it usually has something with making more money, winning customers, and so forth. So you'll notice in the objectives worksheet, it's broken down into 3 columns. Win or steal is on the left, keep in the middle, and grow on the right. Now we have win or steal in the first column. Steal is just a type of a win. It just has a special type of approach that is different than a win. That's all. But they're both wins. Within each column, there are 4 areas. Now, the top area is the launch objectives. So what are the specific launch objectives? The next are the key progress indicators. What are the objective measures of progress? How do we know that we're working toward the objectives we've defined? Below KPIs is obstacles, meaning what are the things that'll get in the way of achieving the defined objective? And the final area is advantages, meaning what are the things that we can leverage in order to help us accelerate achieving our objectives? Let's try it out. I have a sample product I'm thinking about introducing, and I'm working with my launch team to define these launch objectives. I'm trying to leverage the wisdom of the team because coming up with objectives on my own, I may be way too high or I may be way too low. We are working on launching the product launch intensive program. All right. And after our discussion, we've decided that a good win objective is, and this is a brand new product for us, right? So another background, new product, and a new buyer. So we're going after a different buyer persona than our sales team is typically familiar with. So we decided that we would like to target winning 35 new customers within 90 days after the launch date. So meaning what we want to do is whatever the launch date is that we defined, from that date within 90 days, we want to win 35 new customers. In addition to that, we want to gain 3 customer references also within 90 days after the launch date. All right, you tracking with me so far? So we have very explicit quantitative objectives. They aren't soft and fluffy. We can clearly measure that we've won a customer, how many we've won, and within what period of time. So let's look at the KPIs. Let's keep it simple for now. We are going to monitor pipeline growth for new customers. Now, notice I said new customers. What I'm really saying is people we haven't done business with before. Now, what are our obstacles? There are a lot of small obstacles, but the big ones that came up were, we're dealing with an unfamiliar buyer persona, meaning we're targeting the same companies, but we're targeting a new set of problems, which requires us to actually target a different and unfamiliar buyer. Additionally, since it is a new product, we don't have any customer references yet. This is not an uncommon issue. So the other thing that we want to focus on is what are our advantages? So great, we started with the bad things, the obstacles. Now let's talk about the advantages. Well, the advantages are we have a lot of domain authority, meaning people who bought from us and people in the market recognize us as authorities in the domain we target, and we have a proven track record. These are all good things we want to talk about, especially trying to get new customers. And we also have a satisfied customer base. Those who've done business with us for the most part like doing business with us. So let's go to Keep. Well, since this is a new product, we really don't have any Keep launch objectives that we could define. So let's move on. We have decided, though, that we want to try to target and upgrade some of our existing customers. So that would be an example of grow. So win new customers, keep the customers you win, and grow the customers you keep. So we've decided that we want to gain 5 early adopter customers from the existing customer base within 60 days after the launch date. So what we're trying to do here is stack the deck a little bit to help us with our wins. What we're looking for is, hey, are there some existing customers that are a good fit for our new product that we could get to early and get them moving fast so that we can leverage them, get experience selling, experience implementing, and experience working with these customers that are friendly, that would help us leverage gaining new customers. Now, what are our key progress indicators? We're going to just merely track pipeline growth from existing customers. Okay. What are our obstacles? Well, gosh, they're pretty much the same as they are from the win objective, but here's the difference. Our existing customers already know us, so there's an element of trust we can leverage. So while we won't have any customer references for the new product, at least we already have a track record working with them with other products and have built mutual respect and authority with them. Now, what are our advantages? They're pretty much the same. So let's just copy those and paste them over under the grow advantages. So there you have it. That's how simple it is. Now, it requires a thought process, and it requires some discussion and maybe sometimes spirited discussion to arrive at the smallest possible set of launch objectives you can come up with. You don't want to overload this. Here's why. One is that with clearly defined and concise launch objectives, your entire launch team knows what they need to focus on and what part they play in helping to get those objectives. The other thing is you'll take on too much. If you get a grab bag full of launch objectives, well, you'll bounce all over the place. So it's all about focus, and it's all about being concise, and it's all about growing your business. So hopefully the launch objectives can be something that you can incorporate into your product launch thinking. Good luck on your next launch.